My mother-in-law spent 5 years pretending to love me. I found out by accident. I never confronted her, because by the time she read that paper, everything was already over. If you love real-life revenge stories like this, make sure to like and subscribe for more. My mother-in-law never liked me. She smiled at family dinners, but her eyes never did. My husband always said I was imagining it. For 5 years, I ignored every sign. I cooked for her, drove her to appointments, called her every Sunday. I treated her like my own mother, and she spent 5 years lying to my face. It started with a phone call I was never meant to hear. I had come home early from work that afternoon. My mother-in-law was in our living room. She didn't know I was there. She was on the phone. Voice low but clear. I stood in the hallway and listened. She was talking to my husband's aunt. She said, "She's not good enough for him, never was." Then, I've been telling him that for 5 years. He just doesn't listen. Then the part that stopped my breathing, I even told his ex to reach out again, gave her his number myself, and in that moment, everything finally made sense. 5 years of cold looks, 5 years of small comments, 5 years of feeling like I was never enough. It was never in my head, it was her. The whole time, I did not walk into that living room. I did not make a sound. I quietly went back outside, sat in my car, and waited. I had one decision to make. I could tell my husband tonight, emotional, upset, shaking, or I could do this right. I chose to do it right. I waited 3 days. I wrote down everything I had heard, word for word. Time. Exactly what she said. Then I asked my husband to sit with me one evening. No drama, no tears. I already knew. This would change everything. I placed the paper in front of him and I said, "I need you to read this." I got up, made 2 cups of tea and waited in the kitchen. He read it alone. I heard nothing for 10 minutes. Then he came to the kitchen doorway. His face said everything. He asked me one question: "How long have you known?" I said, 3 days. He nodded slowly. Then he picked up his phone and called his mother. I did not listen to that conversation. I didn't need to. He came back 20 minutes later, sat down across from me. I handled it. He said quietly, "She called our house 14 times that week." He answered once. She never called again after that. She sent me a long message 2 weeks later, full of explanations, justifications, half apologies. I read it once. Did not reply. My husband wrote her back himself. One line: "When you're ready, be honest, let me know." She never responded. Some people spend years trying to destroy what they can't control. They forget one thing: truth doesn't knock, it walks in and ends everything.